Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel for another Stalker mod showcases this month of October, which is now ending pretty much. I know that tomorrow is the last day of the month and also Halloween, as all you know. I don't know how many of you are enjoying Halloween or enjoyed Halloween on this weekend. I don't know if a lot of you actually, do that. I don't know. Like I said, it's an American tradition that kind of poured out to other countries like the UK and so on and so on. To the fact that tomorrow I'm going to have a it's not going to be a party because I'll still be working, but everyone can go to work disguised if they want to. And we also have a charity collection, whether it's money or food, which I'll be participating as always. As if you can, you should always try to help others. But anyway, this month I kind of want to make this intro short, as I kind of don't want to talk about politics, whether it's the US, whether it's the entire world. I'm kind of tired of hitting the same key over and over and over again. You know, it's tiring, literally. Especially to the fact that the people that cause the problems, they're always the same. Their motivation is always the same: greed. But don't worry, when they die, everything gets left behind. You're not taking it with you. Spoiler alert. Anyway, for our first mod, we have the Story of Borov 3.0. This is a mod for Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. It is not a standalone. You will need a Russian version of Shadow of Chernobyl 1.0006. This mod is about the story of Borov and how he became the king of the bandits in Dark Valley. The features are that the mod was moved from the regular Shadow of Chernobyl engine 1006 to OGSR with support added to static lightning. Instead of original weapons renewal, the Gunslinger weapon pack was added. The weather was cut out from previous version. I think it's CSIM or SCIM for Shadow of Chernobyl. The locations were added with Autumn Aurora 2 along with its textures. Vanilla models Redux V1 were added and the menu was changed. On the gameplay, the damage was increased to all weapons. Now NPCs should not be bulletproof, but the player is also easier to kill. I'm fine with that, believe me. The main character no longer runs like a disabled person, I'm sorry. I know it shouldn't be funny, but it is because I was not expecting that. Slow down the usage of stamina in suits. The hand texture was, when you change suits, the hand textures also change, If you dress a different suit, you should have different sleeves. The fixes and improvements from the previous versions, so Borov now has a banded cape instead of a banded jacket. Slightly rewritten dialogues. It should now be more pleasant to read them. Fix the possible bug when meeting with two bandits in the wild territory. Fixed when bandits couldn't get out of the tunnel because they were shooting corpses. Okay, I don't think it's shooing, it's more like looting, but okay. The voice acting has been processed. Now it should be normally audible. It's not like we're actually going to, pay attention to the voice dialogues because well, I can't speak Ukrainian or Russian. Improved scene with Yoga Bear, I think. Yogi Bear. Improved the scene with two bandits in the junkyard. The pseudo giant is now less tenacious, you no longer need to shoot all the bullets at him. Fixed logic of Stalker's Antagroprom. Changed the color of the text of incoming messages on the PDA, now it's more pleasant and easier to read. Anyway, my personal experience with this mod. For what I played, I enjoyed the gameplay. Like the mod creator said, the fact that the guns feel like guns, makes all the difference. The visuals are good, It doesn't have the HD models, which I prefer, but like I said, that's personal preference. And yeah, in my opinion, you should try it because this is one of the mods, that has a different storyline, different characters. I know that this is not canon, but this is an adventure. You learn more about the zone, you learn more about the bandit faction, etc. etc. As always, download links, whether for the mod, whether for the translation, will be in the description. Next we have Clear Sky Story Continuation. This is a mod for Stalker Clear Sky. It is not a standalone. And this mod, the original storyline, is supplemented. Some of the hardcore has been introduced. There are new characters. There are more missions. The game itself has been extended, but I haven't got that far enough. I think I'm still in the core then, but I've done enough missions that there's, you can see that there's a lot of differences from the original game and extended storyline. So, the features for this mod. Realistic weapons, transport as in vehicles, free new locations, it often rains in some locations, new plot, S.T.A.L.K.E.R mod combines the events of 2011 and 2012. Interesting. One new side quests, not one new side quest, but that'll be hilarious. Adapted light scopes for Call of Pripyat. Added a fix from Sky for C that fixes some bugs on AMD cards. Fixed missing bullet tracers on the DirectX 10. Put in some fixes from the RFB. In most cases, exoskeletons are cut out. I don't know if that makes much sense. I think that's when the Clear Sky story begins. I think what it's trying to make is that there are not a lot of people using exoskeletons, as they are not common, if that makes any sense. Added the ability to take out the bases of bandits, renegades and freedom. With luck, the military will be able to clean up the cordon and the dump. Yeah, I'm not helping the military. Sorry, military. Freedom and duty key objectives have been changed. Free play is naturally present at the end of the mod, of course. And texture part of absolute nature free has been added. So, my personal experience with this mod. From what I played, yeah, the gameplay is pretty decent. I think I've done a few new quests, which is interesting. The fact that they, you know, and I'm actually interested to see how far the story goes from the original storyline. This is actually a mod that I'm trying to play by myself, although I haven't played it much lately, sadly. It's something that I want to explore, and probably, I don't know, maybe in the future, maybe I'll make a series out of it, because it's interesting, as you know. As always, the download links will be in the description for the mod and the translation. Next we have Sigerous Mod 3.1. Yeah, that's correct, you didn't hear me wrong. That was a surprise to me too. This is a mod for Stalker Clear Sky, so it's not for Shadow of Chernobyl or Call of Pripyat. This one's for Clear Sky, so apparently there's a Sigerous mod for every version of Stalker, which is great. This mod is not a standalone, you'll need Clear Sky. So the mod description is the storyline has been changed, which has been supplemented with 73 new quests. That sounds fun. A large number of scenes have been organized, a huge number of new characters, new gameplay features. Well, you can expect those from SGM. So, some of the features: change the storyline, 7 free new added quests, organize a large number of scenes, huge number of new characters. At night, all NPCs are practically invisible. Change that with the addition of new features. Taking into account various new introductions, a menu with the additional mod settings has been added, in which you can configure the mod as you like, just like in SGM 2.2. Now after Vibration or an Eclipse emission, new artifacts will be born, spawned, which each time will fall in different places. That is great. Unlocked Crosshair Wiggle. I don't use Crosshair, so I don't care. Increase maximum carry weight from 60 kilograms to 80. That's great. New types of weapons, armored suits, artifacts, medicines, products, partings, etc. New weapons and suits can also be upgraded. Now a corresponding silencer is required for each caliber of weapon. Change the description of all weapons and armored suits. Provided more support from allies. Reinforcements. Added a new phenomenon, Eclipse. Yeah, you probably saw it on SGM 2.2. Ability to completely capture the swamps, cordon, and garbage. All locations are crowned with new secrets and caches. There are really a lot of them in SGM. New character specialization, bodyguard, saver, raid organizer, and merchant. Revised characteristics of all types of weapons, new types of artifacts. This is actually not artifacts, it's the Kevlar plates, you know, that used for extra armor protection like in SGM 2.2. Artifacts can be upgraded, just like in SGM 2.2. With the help of characters such as savers, you can carry out a huge number of all kinds of monetary transactions. It's not savers, it's the bankers. Now you can place orders for rare goods, just like in SGM 2.2. New item, a book of combat tactics, allow you to study a certain type of weapon so that in the future when firing from the studied weapon you will cause more damage. You know, just like in SGM 2.2 when you receive the books and you can study them, you know, just double click them. Fixed price for conductors. If the conductor you are talking to is from your faction, then the cost of the trip becomes free. So this is not the conductor, you know, the guides. So the prices have been lowered or fixed. If the guide is from your faction, then the trip is for free. Okay. In the line of upgrades, new improvements were added. The mod has been adapted to resolution of 1440 to 900. Yeah, that's not very helpful, but hey. Added sleep function and with a different approach to the very implementation of the idea. Could you sleep in clear sky on the vanilla clear sky? I really can't remember. I don't think we can. Well, anyway. Fix the bug caused by a lack of work or smarts. I don't know what that means. Added hunger, just like in Call of Duty. Also added the ability to turn it off through the mod menu. I haven't turned it off. Increase the number of monsters. When aiming at a smart, its name will be displayed. When aiming at an NPC. So, my personal experience so far, you know, wackiness of SGM. Always new quests, always new surprises. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Although the gunplay is not realistic, just like in SGM 2.2, it is satisfying and it's fun. As always, the download link for the mod will be in the description, and the translation, of course. Next we have Hardcore Pack for Sigerous Mod 2.2. This is an add-on for Sigerous Mod 2.2 for Stalker or Pripyat. It is not a standalone, although you require SGM 2.2 by Phantom, which that one is actually a standalone, so don't worry, both links will be provided, so not just for that, but also the translation. So, this is an extensive add-on mod, based on SGM 2.2, Albor add-on, and Raccoon build. It changes many aspects of the original mods. The changes mainly concern weapons and gameplay. As the name implies, they collected medium hardcore. In total, more than 400 config files have been changed or rewritten specifically for this build. More than 30 script files have been adapted. More than 600 high-quality weapon models have been collected and configured. The dialogues of the original SGM 2.2 quests have been rewritten or corrected to create an atmosphere and more logic, and many other gameplay changes have been made. So, this is a really huge add-on for SGM 2.2, as you can see. The modification affects many aspects of the original SGM 2.2, from weapons to dialogue, from medicines to the behavior of stalkers. The main feature is hardcore. And innovations and changes had one goal: to make the gameplay difficult but fun. I like fun. Below are the changes compared to SGM 2.2 plus Albor add-on plus Raccoon plus Phantom Pack build. Damage system. With a large one-time loss of health, the game character begins to stir up in pain. The stronger the injury, the more it stirs. The effect is long lasting. The effects of several wounds add up. This is made for those who like to climb ahead, saving and healing after each killed enemy. Get a few wounds and it will become really bad. You will have to, retreat. 20% chance for a weapon to fall out of a hand with an average hit on the main character, 50% with a strong one. Tweak the non-one hit killing sections of the main character at low difficulty levels. The new effect of staggering with a critical hit in the main character cannot be disabled. Change the indicators of blood loss when hit in various parts of the body. Seriously increased damage from chemical anomalies. Damage from radiation reduced to by F. Well, radiation is quite annoying in SGM. HUD changes. Minimalistic HUD based on Mother HUD 3.0. Remove minimap with clock and all indicators. Remove the indicator of accumulated rats from inventory. Use a dosimeter. Disabled HUD radiation icon and removed post-process. Geiger crackle remained. Removed grenade markers from HUD. NPC changes. Comprehensive update weapon MGR. NPCs can pick up any weapon of the assembly and choose the best. NPC bodyguards can be given the weapons introduced in this build, but it does not take junk and unique weapons. When I say junk, it's probably crappy weapons, faulty weapons, heavily damaged weapons. Where was I? Yeah, this is going to take a lot of time, as you can imagine. Disable option to prevent NPCs from using grenades. Yeah, they like to use grenades a lot. Many new visuals for mercenaries, night stalkers, IR special forces. Under the new visuals, new armor schemes were made. NPC bandits, renegades, and mercenaries do not indicate the use of grenades by voice. Yeah, they'll just throw the grenades, they won't say anything. Increase the radius of view and use of weapons for the NPC. Increase the mindfulness of the NPC, which means that they're smarter. NPCs that have weapons with a night sight see almost the same at night as they do during the day, which makes sense. Return panic for the NPC to eliminate ridiculous situations when a pseudo-giant rushes at a lone bandit and he heroically meets him with fire from a PM. Panic rarely interferes, it adds atmosphere. Reduced NPC running speed, some mutants or main character can catch up with them. Some monsters have significantly increased their movement speed. Dogs and wild boars in reality run at speeds up to 50 km per hour, and a human sprinter up to 30 km per hour. Welcome to Lodge. Do you have binoculars and weapons? Use them, not your feet. Strongly reduce the spawn of useful items in the carcasses of NPCs. They rarely come across good first aid kits and artifacts. Replace some visuals of quest characters for the sake of clearer logic, and in order to ensure that good costumes could not be removed from their carcasses at the very beginning of the game. When carcasses, the mod creators mean corpses, when you can get suits from dead stalkers. Anyway, weapon and equipment upgrades. New branches for AK, shotguns, SKS, SVD, SVU, MP5, AKSU, and pistols. Patch 1.01 adds weapons upgrades for the AR-15 series. Highly changed or completely redesigned costume upgrades. Removed all upgrades of suits and helmets for the installation of night vision devices. Whoa. That's not great. Significantly increased the cost of most upgrades. Increase the threshold below which an item is considered unsuitable for repair, which means almost everything is repairable. Some upgrades are the know-how of individual technicians. I mean that only certain technicians can do those certain upgrades. Highly limited the ability to upgrade for technicians who do not use parts. Technicians of the monolith Alf now makes upgrades according to the rank of the main character. Increase the repair cost of all mechanics by 30%. Weapon features. Full integration of new weapons in SGM 2.2. Weapons unique to the mod, rifles, revolvers, carbines, pistols. A developed system of weapon upgrades without outright techno heresy. Correct grenade launchers, correct markings on weapons. The mod was built from scratch. No separate mod was taken as basis. It is possible to install night sights add-ons, full-fledged high-quality bumps with bump and shine maps, pseudo-realistic weapon characteristics, recoil, lethality, etc. Nice looking and easy to read inventory icons, informative descriptions of weapons and ammunition. The recoil parameters are adjusted taking into account the caliber, weight and design features. The parameters are selected based on shooting videos by professionals from real weapons and experiments in the game. Each type of weapon takes some getting used to, which makes sense. The parameters of wear, reliability, shooting accuracy, inertia, aiming speed and other characteristics of the weapon are adjusted, taking into account the design features of each sample. Stopping power and numerous in-game experiments with ammo, monsters and armor were used to calculate ammo hit. The hit of some cartridges may seem overpriced, but in reality, the main character will not have time to shoot at the bloodsucker or NPC from the arcade far below hit and no recoil. It's worth making a mistake and the main character is killed or disabled very quickly. On the other hand, if you plan everything competently, the main character itself and also quickly destroys opponents. Unified magazine visuals for in-game models of weapons that use the same magazine type. A huge number of new weapons have also been added. Equipment and costumes. Changed armor scheme for almost all suits, reduced protection for shoulders and hips. Changes have been made to SGM container script for spawning costumes from Stalker corpses. The spawn of the armor is close to matching with the visual of the NPC. Added 4 types of gas mask with different characteristics. Increased damage to suits from getting the main character into chemical anomalies and fire. Reward custom assignment system, read the descriptions. The exoskeletons of the groupings are very different from each other. Completely redesigned mercenary overalls, made a new visual main character in it. Added the usual jumpsuit of the monolith, you can find it on the fanatics. I'm going to skip to the quests and reward changes. Rare expensive weapons and detectors are not issued as a reward for quests, so you can cry. Reduced cash rewards for most quests. Added the ability to complete some quests in stealth style, since the rank for the kills is not changed. Stealth base for itself, okay. Other changes, the deposit rate of the banker has been reduced to 2%. There is only a banker in the Skadovsk. Okay, there's no more bankers, apparently. The news from the Stalkers do not mention O Consciousness, Sadorovish and Sakharov. Weather config change, less rain, more clear skies. Main character from the beginning of the same as a GPS explorer on the cordon and swamp location. It turns on after the completion of the main story quests. Fix the ratio of friendly monoliths to zombies. In the dialogue, the main character no longer speaks like a self-confident, unintelligent teenager. Updated 100 tips on how to play with this hardcore and pseudo-realism. Easter eggs in upgrade schemes, dialogues, item descriptions. So for what I've played so far, yeah, I enjoyed this mod. So it's basically the SGM2 experience, but with more realistic guns, which makes sense in my opinion. So yeah, I'm enjoying it for what I played. I think I'm at the swamps right now, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is probably a mod that I'm going to play very slowly, so unsurprisingly, as I have like tons of mods installed, and I would like not to play only Stalker mods every now and then. As always, the down link for Sniper or Stalker Sniper or Stalker SGM 2.2 Phantom Edition will be in the download links as hardcore pack and the translation. Well guys, and that's all for this month. As always, the download links for all the mods are in the description. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching, stay safe and stay well, and I'll see you guys next time.